Coffee shops are popular places to meet friends, to hold informal meetings, and most recently, a place to work on your computer for work or leisure. These places offer free Wi-Fi, and while it seems like a safe place to surf the net, is it? Jacadis President and CEO Doug Davidson joins me now with information on living safely in a digital world. Doug, this is always great advice that you have, so let's talk about working in coffee houses. You see it all the time.
Well, I do it all the time.
You do it too?
And well, when we first started the business, I worked out of my home. And with 5 boys, the bedlam of the house sometimes needed a place to escape. And so coffee houses are offering Wi-Fi and power for people that want to sit and work. The idea, I think, that you'll buy that second cup of coffee or the cookie you're not supposed to have.
Sure.
And so it's a very convenient place to work.
But the coffee shops, even though you work there, it's safe if you follow some rules. And you listed some. So let's talk about the first one. Keep control of your system. I'm not even sure I know what that means.
Well, you do. You keep control of your car keys and you keep them with you all the time. But in a coffee shop, particularly if we are there as a regular and we know the people that are there all the time, we get up to go to the restroom or buy something else at the counter, we might leave our system. And we've been involved in instances.
Yeah.
We've been involved in instances where people turn around and their machine's gone.
Have your sensitive work, do it at home or at work, not at the coffee shop.
Yeah, if I am going to bank online or I'm going to Facebook or do something that has a user ID and password that I'm going to put out into the wireless, into the air, it's better to do that at home where the potential of somebody sniffing that information and getting access to it is much lower than doing it in public. It's safe to surf. It may be safe to do email and simpler things, but don't do those kinds of things that are really risky to you or important to you out in public where somebody might get access to them.
I think people are surprised at how often that can happen, and they go, oh, or the old attitude, it won't happen to me.
It's the won't happen to me attitude, and then that gets people pretty quickly if you're in just the wrong place at the wrong time.
Do coffee shops or other places, because I hate to just talk about coffee shops, although that's where you see most people, do they not have antivirus, or it doesn't, firewalls, I suppose, is a better word?
Well, without being really technical, you can't depend on somebody else to secure your own environment.
Okay, that's
so
true.
Some of them do, but many of them don't. And so you just need to act as if none of them do.
Here's another one. Use Wi-Fi hotspots that were set up for public use. Aren't they all?
Well, they're all set up for public use, but maybe not legitimate public use. So if I go into a coffee shop, I'm a Starbucks person myself, just by convenience of location, and they use At&t. So I know if I'm going into Starbucks and I'm looking for an At&t hotspot. If I sit down at a coffee shop that doesn't have a Wi-Fi and the realtor next door has their Wi-Fi unprotected, I don't want to jump on that. For one thing, it's their network. It's not there for my use. But on the other hand, it may not be safe.
Okay. Let's talk more about what it means to work from a secure computer. And I know there are things that you go over all the time for folks that they sometimes forget about. And everybody should have this checklist at home to think about every once in a while.
We want to use a user ID and password that's easy for us to remember but hard for somebody else to guess. We want to have antivirus and firewall installed on that system and have it up to date. And we're not all real technical, so if you need help, go find somebody, a friend or family member, make that investment to get those things installed. And the system needs to be up to date and kept patched.
You usually do this for larger companies.
Yes, we do.
Are you finding that companies are, with social media becoming so prevalent and everyone online all the time, that they really have to be careful in what they do?
We all, whether we're a big company or whether we're a mid-sized firm or an individual, as we move our way into this digital world, we've got to learn how to protect ourselves. And companies are every bit as at risk as we are as individuals.
So while we can do those things, banking online, we just have to be careful where we do it and how we do it.
Exactly.
Okay, that's great news. And we're still going to meet in coffee shops. I mean,
absolutely, yeah.
It's going to happen.
And every once in a while, that extra cookie you're not supposed to have.
Thank you, Doug. Nice to have you here.